other, what's that called?
Jousting?
In Chicago?
Oh, medieval times.
Medieval times.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
When did you go?
Well, I've been there.
Oh.
When
By myself.
Jason
By myself.
Jason and I talked about going to...
like, what?
Sat in the front.
Talked
Premier
about,
seating.
which maybe we'll try and do it for Signman, but talked about going to the... I think it's like Knights of the Round Table or whatever, which is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that'd be kind of funny. That's why I said it. Like, rather than trying to schedule dinners, that's what I should try and schedule. Who cares about doing dinners? We do a billion dinners. Be like, yeah, we're going to go watch people hit each other with sticks and eat food with their hands. That's what we're going to do. Are you guys interested?
Yeah. Oh, count me in. You know, there are some vendors that'll say, I'm in.
And I'm not even going to tell them what it is, right? That's my whole explanation is like, if you're interested, Thursday night, we're going to go watch people hit each other with sticks and eat food with our hands. If you're interested, just respond with I, and I'll send you an invite. Welcome to the Slightly Serious Sign Podcast, brought to you by Wensco Sign Supply, the #1 podcast in the sign and graphics industry for news, events, new products, and customer success stories. If you want to know what's going on or you want to grow your sign shop, you're in the right place. Here is one, some, or all of your hosts, Mike, Tyler, and Domingo. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Slightly Serious Sign Podcast. This is episode 130. So, why is 130 important?
Oh, I know.
Call like 2.5 years.
2.5
There
years.
you go.
52 plus 52 plus 26. 2.5 years of doing this podcast. So I have some things I wrote down. One is just general stats for the podcast that I think are interesting. And then the second part is things that we've said previously on this podcast.
Especially you.
Some that became true. Oh, yeah, we got a great one to start off with, too. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's from episode 1, so you know it's going to be good.
Oh, wow.
You know, yeah, no, go ahead.
He doesn't want another soundbite, so. Okay, so here's some just general stats for the podcast. So we're 130 episodes in, right? There's just over 7,000 minutes of us talking on the internet. We had 98 guests, 15 of them Wensco employees, 83 are external people. So if you include the three of us, that means there's been 101 people on this podcast in 130 episodes. Our most frequent guests are IT Supplies and Joe Morreale. So shout out to those guys for being on here. I don't remember how many times it was. Our longest episode was episode 100. We talked for 1 hour and 31 minutes that day.
Oh, geez.
But that's only partially true because we split the other one into 2 parts.
Oh, yeah. That was the venting one.
It was also over 1 hour and 30 minutes.
The private one.
Most viewed episode was Farewell with GSG, Hello Grimco. No surprise there. We've had 4 competitors on this podcast: Montroy, IT Supplies, Sunbelt, and Mellow MG, we just had on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the weirdest one of all is... according to this is just audio, right? I can't see this for YouTube, but for audio, there's been 102 countries that have listened to this podcast. So I didn't know there was that many that understood English. So someone either is doing the translation for us, but we're Mr. Worldwide now. So
that's impressive for one, and the reason being is that now we're going to print and having a booth.
Yeah, and
we're doing audios there. And doing a bunch of podcasts, which is great.
Yeah, it's cool.
So the industry's opening up.
Yeah, I was just talking to, I think it was actually Dallas and Matt. I was talking about this, where when we started this, it was like, will anyone come on the podcast? Like, please come on the podcast, right? Like, we're just started. So you're just like, how many people are listening? I don't know. There's like 7 of us. Like 6 of us are at Wensco. 1 other random person found on the internet. I don't know what to tell you. And now it's weird when I had reached out to Printing United about getting a booth and basically just give them, here's the numbers we do and the reach we have. And they're just like, yeah, come, we'll give you a booth. And you go, oh, there might be something here. Right? Like, I still am in the mindset of like, please come on, right? Like thinking all the value is on our side, getting people to come on. But it does feel like now there's people that actually want to come on the podcast, and that's something to get used to, because before it was
when you have vendors that want to reach out and talk to, it's a bigger market. They want to be able to reach the customer out there, talk about their new products, talk about stuff that they're working on. And then you got competitors coming on. I mean, that's kind of open. It's an open forum.
Yeah.
Right? We're trying to make our industry better by giving our customers more information, more things that are coming out, even from competitors' standpoint of, what's working, what's not working. It just opens up the eyes to say it's a big environment. We can all play in it.
Yeah.
So
it's just been cool to do this. I mean, literally 130, we didn't miss a single episode. So that idea is pretty crazy with how weird our travel schedules have been and everything we've had going on. That we didn't miss an upload seems kind of crazy. I mean, as of now, right, this one comes out pretty recently, but we didn't have to record an episode for 14 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
We went between recording episodes, which is nuts.
Hopefully it'll be that way after print,
Yeah,
too.
it's going to happen again, where it's like, if something crazy happens, we're going to be like, well, here's a breaking news episode. We didn't think we'd be back this soon, but here we are. So,
and we are willing to travel to Europe to do podcasts.
yeah, if you want to pay us to come out, they'll just put this out here. There's two things. Yeah, this is important, actually. Two things we should mention. If you want to fly us out to do the podcast, oh, yeah, we would love to come out. It doesn't really matter where, to be honest with you. You can fly us to middle of nowhere, Maine. We'll come out.
True.
We don't care. The second thing that we haven't said in a while, which has just become true because nobody sent anything, is if you want stuff on the set of the podcast, you got to send us. Nobody sent us anything in
a while.
Yeah. But we also we just stopped saying it for a while. So your letters are falling off. So
Yeah, that's final.
I knew it was good.
Someone gave me a sample. It's falling off.
We love you.
So the point of this episode really is, really we're just going back to what we did when we started, which was just the three of us talking. But I wanted to start with a quote. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
So this was when we had recorded episode 1, which was not like a real thing. Like we just sat down and talked. Do you remember what you said that our tagline was for the episode?
I can't even imagine. I'm a different person now.
Oh, the hell
Well,
you
when I
are.
read this quote, no one's going to agree with that statement, but that's okay. He said, and I quote, "Hopefully you stupid people will get a little smarter and the smart people will learn what the stupid people do." That was the original tagline for the podcast. And honestly, 130 episodes in, I think we're doing pretty all right.
Can you read it one more time? I can make sure. We might put this on the wall. Go
It
ahead.
says, "Hopefully you stupid people got a little smarter and the smart people learned what the stupid people do." So honestly, I can't think of anyone else that started a podcast that started by insulting their listeners. And look at us now.
He still does it.
I mean, I think they're starting to realize who the actual stupid people are. This is the whole thing. Like, oh, wait a minute. I'm one of the stupid ones.
It's,
Like in the realization, like, okay, yep.
No, you know those things where it's like every friend group has blank, and if you don't have one, it's you, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone else thinks they're learning what the stupid people do when, maybe it's not true. If you're listening, I'm not. You're one of the smart people.
I mean, it's the same thing. You want to find the easiest way to do something. Watch a lazy person do it.
Yeah. So that's
So if you're sitting at the table, like at the poker table, and you can't spot the sucker,
Yep.
you're the sucker.
So
Yeah, that's true.
So anyways, that's apparently our podcast tagline. I didn't remember that's what it was, but I think we've done a pretty decent job at that for 130 episodes now. So and people are still listening, so it must be going.
Well, they're
going
getting
okay.
smarter and they're starting to listen.
Yeah. So the other thing I did, there's only, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different episodes I went back through on.
Just a second. I probably get yelled at at least 3 times a day by Jess about just like looking at other people. Like, but I'm like, you got to see, like, why are these people so stupid? Like, so, she's a Starbucks person, so I have to go in Starbucks. I said, look at those 3 people right there. Those are the 3 people that come to Starbucks. And it's some, 15-year-old girl with like barely any clothes on, how they dress. And the next guy walks in, he's got like purple shoes, purple shirt, pressed khaki pants. Like, that's a guy. And then there's some old lady that's walks in and just needs her coffee. Those are the 3 people that go to Starbucks, not me.
Why did you talk about Judy like that?
Well, what do you think, Judy? What category is Judy in?
I didn't want to make the joke.
Well, I can tell you right
Oh.
now, she said she's done.
She said she doesn't go to Starbucks anymore.
Mhm.
She's cut it out.
She cut it off.
I hope maybe I can have her counsel Jess.
You got one off. Now you got another one.
I mean, I've had to go in and order.
Starbucks Anonymous.
Listen,
This is starting on there.
Yeah,
800.
it's her orders. Trenta pink drink, no ice, no berries, and then a venti cup of ice, and then a mango energy refresher lemonade, no berries. I don't know what that is. I'm close
She's going
to
to
that.
Starbucks. She's not even getting coffee.
No.
Those are like kids'
Once in
drinks.
a while, like, okay, I don't need energy drink, so I need this goat milk, cafe mocha, cow, caramel.
Well, I
something.
can understand why she's getting the energy drinks.
Keep up with me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say deal with him.
I'm a handful.
It's the same.
You know how many people have said, how do you handle him? I said, and when I first told her, I said, people are going to wonder, like, how do you deal with him? But I'm the nicest guy ever.
Sure. Yeah.
That's your story. Stick to it.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Exactly.
Even if it's wrong.
Best guy ever.
So, anyways, the other things that I wrote down as I went through, I listened to some of our older episodes, which actually are kind of funny to go back and listen to them now. But it's even funnier if we said things that ended up being true, could be months,
There's
could
a lot
be
of
year and a
things.
half later. So let's start with what we talked about in episode 2, which episode 2 was the Principal LED one, which is a joke we made before we came on the air. And I said, we're going to talk about them today.
I think I remember that company.
You do?
They were like green or something. Was their logo green or something?
Something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I remember them.
But so we talked about when the whole Hanley Principal Grimco thing all went down, we get dropped. And I didn't write down who said it because it's just general notes, but it says we guessed that the national distributors would further limit what products that they are offering in the LED category and start pushing people towards only Principal and Hanley being available. And I mean, I don't know how long after we did this episode, right? Because that would have been 2.5 years ago, but give it another 14 months and look at where you're at now, where I think there's only 3 options now available when there was 6, as far as I know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's still more options. Yeah. You might be right.
yeah, because they got rid of all the France that's on there. They got rid of all the Allenson. And then the other ones that they may have offered now is also owned by Principal too. So really it's just all the same now anyways. It's been interesting to see like someone I think we talked about in one of the earlier episodes has been like just on a rampage talking about the Principal. Who's the company they even bought? What's the name? Anyone?
LED Supply or no?
Agilite? Is it Agilite? Who'd they just acquire?
They acquired somebody just recently.
I don't pay attention at all to that
Yeah.
company.
It wasn't a company.
We're going our own direction.
Yeah. We just take them off the website if they buy them.
So, anyways, the few people that are still running the sign syndicate have been talking about, like, all that's happening is you're just getting less options and the prices are going up. That's the only thing that's happened. And they're going through like the last 18 months. Here's what happened. Here's how price and supplies were affected. Here's what happened. Here's how price and supplies are.
And that's coming from customers.
Yeah. And it's literally just facts that they're putting out there. Like, here's what we were paying. Here's what was available. Here's what we were paying. Here's what's available. And all it's done is gone up. And I'm not saying our prices haven't gone up too, because we'll talk about that later too. But for sure, everything is becoming harder to get moving forward, which is what we talked about literally 2.5 years ago now.
Look, on a distributor side, it's a great business plan. On the customer side, kind of sucks for you.
Yeah.
100%.
Because distributors, all of us would rather just carry, the stuff, the 80% stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't want to carry the other stuff, but you obviously want us to carry the other stuff. But if you can force everybody to buy what you want them to buy, inventory is easier, you make more money, you do everything else. But it sucks for the customer and the end user. because they got less options.
Well, I think it's to be honest with you, I think it's a win-win kind of situation. And what I mean by that is when it happened, it limited the offerings, but then the other vendors, the France, the G2Gs, the other companies, gave them the opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened with us is that we had those and it grew. And we still carry a lot of them. I mean, even, to be honest with you, even GE Current. I mean, they were very limited in that space, only doing spec work. But then all of a sudden now they started carrying different modules and now they're growing their business.
Yeah.
So I think it gave a customer a little bit more of an opportunity. In certain regions of the country, it gave them that opportunity.
Yeah. And I mean, the other benefit with it happening with LEDs specifically was the benefit for the customer was that they're small and lightweight, meaning you can ship them across the country.
And we did.
Which became a problem for when they were like, oh, we'll only give them one option, which is what we talked about. Well, the next one we talked about is like where we're like, yeah, Denver and these cities that used to have a bunch of options only have one option. Now they're going to be stuck. These customers just started shipping everything because they're like, well, I can just ship it in and usually you can get it still.
I mean, how many orders did we get to ship to New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked about this.
I mean, and not just LEDs, it was everything.
Yeah, our UPS went way up.
Yeah.
Every time it does, or especially the easy stuff like the LEDs.
Yeah.
LEDs to ship. We can ship them all day long anywhere in the U.S.
Yeah.
Very easy, very cheap. And like I always say, we don't need to make money on LEDs, but PLED does.
Yeah, they do.
Someone does. So we'll talk about that again here. And that's episode 48. So you got to give me a second. I got a few more to talk about. Episode 6, we talked about, that was when we talked about like, who's Wensco? What's our job here? What are we trying to do here? And one of the things you said at the very end of the episode is, distributor's job is to bring value. If we become transactional, we're not going to make it long term.
Man, I'm smart.
Let me tell you, it's only more true now than it was when you said it then. There's one specific one that just stopped caring about their customer, and all of their customers seem to be leaving all at the same time. And
did you see their new catalog? Never mind.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, maybe we should post that.
Yeah.
Just send it to Rick,
Email?
their
Here it
new
is.
catalog.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Email podcast at wensco.com. We'll send you a copy.
You could just like blur out the top of it.
Yeah.
Why don't you just post it the way it is? Everybody like, what? There's new catalog? Who's the new guy?
A new catalog.
No, they would say, oh, wait a minute. Wensco owns them now?
Yeah, they probably would. But yeah, no, it's been crazy to see how fast the customers just up and left. Like it was like, oh, as soon as the only value you're bringing was price, as soon as your price went up, everyone just up and left immediately. And that's what we said literally just under 2.5 years ago, I guess, because that was episode 6. So a month and a half less. So that was interesting. The next thing we said, episode 34, which is where we talk about the title of the episode is Our Trade Show's Dying. Spoiler alert. Yeah, they died.
A lot.
Man, we are so stinking smart.
We said specifically, one of the things we said at the end is the small shows are shrinking in size. We weren't sure if they were going to make it, and that we thought open houses were on the rise. What I can tell you is 2026 now, this one would be only 2 years later, technically speaking. GPX went away and Grimco brought back their open houses. So surprise. 1 point for us again.
Well, they're listening.
Yeah. I mean, we're giving them a game plan.
Yeah.
2 years in advance.
All the episodes, we give them a game plan.
Yeah. Get out your pens and paper. Okay.
Yep.
When you're listening, just start writing this all down. Yeah. We're just here for you. That's what we're here for. So anyways, that was funny. It was even funnier to go back and listen to like episode 3, I think we talked about, it was like 3 or 4 maybe, we talked about like our trade show plan for the year, which at the time was 2 GPX shows. And then the next time we talked about it, we're like, actually we're just doing one of the GPX shows. And then the very next time we talk about it, we're like, maybe we're doing no GPX shows. So it was crazy. In literally like a 6-month frame, we went from, yeah, I think these are going to be good to like, this is going very poorly.
They changed though, right? Ownership changed, everything changed, and
everything changed multiple times. Like even our account rep changed twice in 2 years. So it's interesting. We'll see if that trend continues. I think it will. I think we'll just go to way more open houses and way less regional trade shows unless they get hyper specific. That's the only thing I can imagine fixing it is if you go like, hey, we're going to do an LED show. We're going to do a sign show, and do it somewhere central instead of like, let's do it East Coast. Let's do it West Coast and alienate half the country for every show. But
well, with that being said, what has grown? Has anything grown? Because I've seen franchise shows grow.
Yeah, the franchise. Yeah, the Fast Sign Show was bigger than it was the previous year,
exactly,
and it was bigger than it was the previous year. But also, I think I would have to ask them this question. But I think if you went to like 2019, they're probably still down from 2019 because a lot of people just stopped traveling after kind of as COVID hit. So
yeah.
I think when we talked about Print United last time and we said, oh, the show's huge, I think it was literally just like we're finally getting to the point where people are going back out to do the big shows again. And even now when I'm doing trainings and people are like, oh, what, like, are the shows worth going to? And I just keep telling them, like, I think if you go to one of the big shows, it's more useful than any of the other ones.
Yeah.
And everyone has in their mind, like, oh, it's so expensive to get out there. And I was like, we were just talking about this with SEMA. I was like, you understand, like, SEMA is one of the most expensive times to get into Vegas, just with how much hotels are and all that stuff. And even that for 4 days, I think we were into it for $900 maybe for the week. I was like, it's anyone can get to Vegas. It's usually pretty cheap to get there. Flights are easy, and there's a billion hotel options. So if you want to be cheap, we could have been cheap. We could have been cheaper than what we were, and be $200 for 4 days. You know what I mean? Like I think in your head you're thinking, oh, it's so expensive. Like it's really like if you could spend sub $1,000 and go and stay and go to the show and eat, like if you really wanted to. But I think people are so used to travel being expensive that they're not even looking at it. And I that's what I'm telling them is like, if I have to choose, even from here, if I have to choose between going to Vegas and Orlando and I'm only going to do one, I would just go to Vegas. Whether you care about gambling or not, it's easier to go to. The food's easier. Right. The hotels are better.
Well, it's an investment. I mean, you got to really look at it. You can't look at the numbers at $900 or $1,200 or whatever. You have to invest in your company.
Yeah.
By going to these shows, you see what's out there, what new products, new equipment. You talk to vendors. You see everything that's going on. You see what Europe's bringing in, so that you can understand what's coming out.
Yeah.
Because to me, I think it's a big investment. But again, there are people that if you're in Vegas, you're going to gamble. So,
turn the light off on me.
No, it was never on.
It's never on.
Can they see me good? Do I look good? Okay, good.
No.
Yeah, you can see them. Look, we have the
technology.
We're so fancy now.
Remember, we're growing. We got new earpieces. We got.
Yeah, it was a big investment. Total, we were in this thing for what, like $1,000.
And we're upgrading Rick at Print United, right? Rick's not going.
That's what I've heard.
Rick's not going. We got an upgrade coming.
We had to buy backup contingencies just to be really sure that we got it dialed in for Print United. So, the next thing we talked about, which is I think it's still kind of happening here because of how tariffs have played out over the long term, is when we had Matt Edwards on, and we said I think there's a lot of companies that are going to get exposed for quote unquote made in America products that aren't actually made in America. The other thing that I think happened that we didn't realize what happened was there was a bunch of people that were telling us that they were not made in China specifically, only to find out that actually they were made in China.
Of course.
And that was even stuff from other Asian countries, right? It was literally just, there's a stigma to made in China that people were trying to avoid before tariffs came in. And then once the tariffs hit, they were like, oh, this is bad because now it's going to have to, people are going to find out, right? We're talking to vendors like, oh no, we make it in Vietnam. We make it. And then you're like, okay, well, the numbers don't match. the tariff numbers don't match. And you'd be like, oh, actually it comes from China.
Or you get in the conversation and you say, yeah, it's made here and blah, blah, blah. And you go, well, where do you get your liner? Because that's all Europe.
Yeah.
So are you importing that from there?
Yeah.
And are you paying taxes on that?
The weirdest one is still getting container pricing for Made in America. Still haven't figured that one out yet. If you let me know how that works, someone explain it to me later. But
yeah, it's made in America, but you got to buy it by the container.
Yeah, why do they?
I'm confused.
Container. Maybe that's
shipping it down the Mississippi. Maybe.
Yeah, must be. Yeah, on a barge. Yeah.
Yeah. The long pause when they say it too. Okay, it's made in America. Yeah. Well, a container load is. Okay, wait. Pause.
Hold on. Wait. Container?
So anyways, maybe it's like automotives, it's assembled in the United States. We don't know, but there's not a whole lot of assembly required in the sign industry. So, anyways, that one's just been interesting to see as it changed in the last, that was episode 47. So that's been, 90 weeks ago or something. And it's still been
still tariffs.
Battle.
We're still talking about tariffs right now.
And we're still getting price increases.
Yep.
So, episode 48 is kind of when we talked about the GSG Grimco thing finally happening, when we felt like we knew about it for a while.
Yeah, we knew.
Actually, the joke is we referenced it, I think, 7 episodes prior to.
I was going to say, we knew about it
to us talking
2
about
months
it.
ago.
Yeah, 7 weeks before it was announced.
Yeah.
We also showed it in a video, whatever that was, December 17th, and the announcement didn't come out until January 10th or something like that. So we might have known that was coming for a minute.
Aren't we at the show? I thought we were at the show, and
the show is when we originally heard about it.
No, we saw the catalog or the announcement.
You're talking about
no, that was after we announced it, though. That was just before we announced it. Yeah, where a vendor may have gave us the inside scoop.
An individual.
It was actually Yorston gave it to us.
Everyone knows the lie. They wouldn't have came to talk to us. We just wanted to give a big thank you to FDC for sponsoring the podcast this month. A few things we brought up in this episode, which I think are interesting, especially having done the shows and kind of seen how this all played out. We said some markets are going to get really desperate for another distributor. I talked about that earlier with Denver, but one of our manufacturers I just talked about this with is we've seen that huge in Florida for some reason.
Yeah, Florida.
And that's been interesting to me. And even in Texas, where they still have 3 options, we still are getting people complaining that they don't have a good option. But a lot of them were dealing with GSG from the beginning, right? So they were dealing with them when they started there. That's where their home base was. That's where the best service was, from what we've heard. And even now with 3 options, they're like, yeah, but it'd be nice to have another option.
Well, we would.
Listen,
Texas is nice. The weather.
I like Texas.
I just did some sales calls in. I'm not going to say the town because they'll go straight there. But they said our current distributor screws it up at least twice a week. So how often do you get delivery? 5. So they screwed up 2 of every 5 delivery. Yeah. I'm like, well, we can't do any better. And they're just looking at me like, what? That's about how good we are right now.
Yeah. if we're really on our A game, we're 1 for 5. 20% is pretty good.
So this, can I explain this particular person?
Sure.
And everybody. So you walk in, he's got khaki pants on that are clearly either pressed or were dry cleaned because they have the seam down the side. Button up shirt, clearly pressed. Perfect. He's the production manager. Tucked in, perfect. Shoes clean, perfect. He started complaining about every sheet he gets is dirty. I just kind of yep. Well, what do you guys offer? Nothing.
Yeah, we don't sell sheets.
I am not going to be that, because he's that guy that every single sheet's either going to be dirty or scratched every time. He said every time they deliver it, there's something wrong with it. Okay, we don't need that customer. I don't need you. Yeah. Well, what do you guys have? I'm like, I sell Cintra. How much is it? $114 a sheet. Oh, you're way high. Quadruple. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't look online.
I walk out of that customer. I don't want them. You guys can have them.
Yeah. It's, and that's when we're you have the conversation well, if you buy by the skid, it comes all wrapped up, and then it's oh, I can't buy by the skid.
Yeah. Well, I ended up talking to his boss after I talked to him, because he kind of I said, no, I don't want I said, I don't want no part of that kind of delivery. I'm like, until you get big enough to buy it by the skid, you're going to have to wash sheets. You're going to have to wipe sheets down. Because you got to figure we're putting 2 sheets of Sintra on a van that has 150 other sheets. Sintra's, the static's grabbing dirt.
Yeah.
So it may have left the shop clean, but it's grabbing the dirt from everything else all day long while it's rattling in that van. It's not going to be perfect.
It'll get dirty by the time you set it on the ground in their shop, even if it was perfect.
Yeah, it's going to grab it.
Literally,
It's going to grab it.
Set it down and just.
So I tried to explain to them, and I think they're going to try to buy from us. So I said, there'll be a restock fee on even dirty sheets.
Yeah. But even if we take them here, like even if I was to go and grab Sintra off the shelf here, right, and say they had pulled it this morning, meaning the top sheet is going to be clean, right? It's only going to have been exposed to the air for a couple hours. I still have to wipe it down before it goes through the 530. Yeah. So it's just
the nature of. That's why I tried to tell them it's the nature of the business. It's how we deliver. Why can't you package everything? I can, but it'd be expensive.
Yeah. Very expensive.
And slow. So anyways, the next one we said, we think dropship will become more prevalent across the industry. That's obviously just become true as time goes on. Even on our side, there's been a lot of products that have just moved from in stock to dropship. And that's because this has been the benefit of having, Grimco out there. That's the reason for this, right? Is the manufacturers have gotten good at doing dropship because they've been forced to, meaning it has allowed us to lean on them for that oddball stuff, right? Where it's like,
this is where I said it allowed competitors to come in, because if you don't have to stock anything, you can just simply drop ship. They're just picking up the items they can drop ship.
Yeah.
They literally can work out of your garage. Like I said that before, when FTC helped people start up because they could work out of their garage. They drop ship everything.
Yeah.
So that became true. The other thing we said is they're going to close all the GSG branches, because that was before they said nothing will change. Spoiler alert, they closed them all. We said most of the GSG sales reps are going to leave. They won't transition over. I don't hardly know any of them.
Yeah, I would love to know the numbers of that.
It doesn't seem like a lot of them.
I think there's probably just...
Even funnier is saying we said that, and maybe that wasn't true for everyone, but that was before we had even talked to any of them. And obviously we brought some of them on, so we could have been like, oh, we were telling people. It was like, that was before we even talked about it.
We were in a commercial?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Alani, sponsored of the Serious Sign podcast. If you can just send me a few cases.
Pure Leaf Tea. Thank you for your sponsorship.
Yeah, Alani should sponsor us.
I asked for the Red Bull sponsorship a few times. I never heard from them. So
my whole fridge at home is one whole shelf Alani and Red Bull. I don't even need food.
The last thing we said in that episode, which again I can't tell you for everybody else, right? Because we only see what we see, but we said regionals will see an influx of customers trying to avoid using national distributors. Just call any of the manufacturers that deal with us and ask them how our business is doing since this whole thing went down. It went pretty well on our end.
And that's why I say thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate you. We got to open Minnesota.
We have increased so much. It's just ridiculous.
We saw a lot of customers coming over because of that, because of the one we mentioned earlier that's gotten really bad. And like I said in whatever it was, 12 episodes ago, or I said, all we've tried to do is just, like you just said, 2 for $5 is about average. We just try and suck a little less than the other guy does. And apparently we're doing it. So I don't know if we're good. We're just better than them. I think in distribution over the last 8 months, it's turned into like all of us on a trail and we run into a bear, Like I don't have to be the number one guy. I just got to be better than the last guy,
Exactly.
As long as not the one that gets eaten alive.
Not last.
Yeah. And there's some people that are definitely in last right now. So it's been really beneficial. We're probably going to have to get better at some point, but right now there's some people that are just really bad.
We're trying to get better. We're doing a very good job right now, operational wise, trying to get closer to perfect.
Yeah.
We're never going to be perfect, but we're trying to get, we're spending some money moving people around to branches to get us as close to perfect as possible.
Yeah.
And I've been in those shops too. Like I'm, loading trucks where they had problems loading trucks. So,
and even like
we'll get there.
And even on the side of like what we had happening for a while, especially coming out of COVID, was so many requests about like, hey, where's my order? Where's my order? Because of how weird the purchasing side of things got. Those have almost completely gone away in the last 12 months. So it's all of that, it seems like, is for the most part getting cleaned up. We had a bunch of issues at the beginning of the year, which is, again, because we brought on so many customers where our forecasted growth and our actual growth weren't even remotely close to each other, which is what happens when you run out of stock over and over and over and over again. But all of that seems to
we made a huge
slowly.
commitment just to stock more at every branch.
Yeah.
So like, especially if it's an A item, one of the top sellers, we shouldn't run out. We overstocked every branch.
I mean, I haven't heard about 1105 in 8 months. Must be. Well,
what?
There's one.
I mean, to make it very simple, we put like, we wanted A items in stock 100% of the time. When you're growing 20%, guess what? You're out one in every 5 days.
Yeah.
So now we have it set, I think, at 180%.
Yeah.
And as long as our growth don't go over 80%, which it has from time to time,
Yeah.
We should be set on most of those products.
Yeah, there was one manufacturer up 54% last month, so it makes it a little hard to keep up.
Well, you got one of our major ones that's up 70% on the year.
Yeah, on the year.
On the year.
Yeah, but there's some that you're like,
Vanguard sales are down though.
They're down. Yeah. You know who else is down? Principal and Salon. Way down.
Way down.
They're at 0, I think.
Yeah. No.
I saw it.
We got some sticks.
47.
Yeah.
$47.
We got some sticks in here, so they're the oddball ones. You know, if you can't come here and get 48s, but you know, if you got some random sign, you know, call us up. We got same thing. If you're doing any of those, if you're doing the sign boxes, you know, I think we still got some of those too.
Well, we have a lot of vendors that are happy with us, so
yeah,
if you start looking at all those numbers, they're pretty
We got
happy.
some that are unhappy with us.
Well, they're going to be.
But there's some that just typically like to whine all the time.
Or they don't help us.
Could be. But for the most part, it's been, I mean, if you look at where we were 2.5 years ago to where we are now, I think we opened another branch that went, I mean, as smooth as you could hope it would have gone. Obviously, it helps to just move people from one building to
have
another,
the right people.
But that went pretty smooth. Stocking went pretty smooth. Stocking actually went over. So on your guys' side, that was that was great. Yeah, we had more than enough of all that stuff. So anyways, where I say I think regionals will see an influx of customers. We said that episode 48. That only became more and more and more and more true since then. And like we just had Eric Mello in here, and he's seeing the same thing, right? Where people are like, even if you can't win on price, you're still winning business because people don't want to deal with you, which is like a crazy thing to say, that you're losing out even when you can beat them on price. They just don't even want to have to talk to you. So
yeah, we've ran into that a lot lately with, well, they're just trying to be us on price.
Yeah.
And they'll call, well, they gave us that. I'm like, then buy it from them.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, no, we still want to use you. I'm like, well, I want to stay in business.
Yeah.
I'm not selling everything on price. I mean, we can be competitive, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to be stupid about it. I'm not going to make $50 on a skid of coral and deliver one every 3 weeks to them.
Yeah. So the next one I wanted to talk about is I don't want people to think that I'm only giving you, here's all the things we guessed right. So I want to give you the thing that we guessed wrong. That's the next one.
There you go.
Which actually only makes it more funny looking back. It was not funny when it happened, but now looking back, it's funny. In episode 60, we mentioned that we thought Vanguard would further limit distribution. Turns out they only didn't like us.
Pretty much.
That's all we found out at this point.
Pretty much.
It
It wasn't liked us. They liked us. It's
they
just
did.
Look, there was a company that
Everybody knows the conversation happened. We all know it. The conversation happened. We'll bring you on. Got to get rid of Wensco.
It would have been less suspicious if other people had gotten dropped, but they didn't drop a single other person.
Yeah, when you got people that are only selling one printer a year, but yet you're dropping somebody that's selling 12 a year.
Yeah, so we were wrong on that one. Yep, that's on us.
And
It's still funny though. If you're doing vehicle graphics, fleet works, or general long-term signage, Metamark makes materials for how installs happen in the real world. MD5 is a super versatile film. MD5B is for spot graphics, partial wraps, or general long-term signage. It comes with Meta Escape, which is an aerogress technology made for bubble-free installs. MD5UB is their ultra high-tech version of that film. This is made for textured surfaces, block walls, or low-energy plastics. You can check all of those out at Wensco.com. Metamark, made for professionals. In 2026, G2G and Wensco will launch 2 new products into the market. The one is the United Stick, which is a high efficiency, affordable, and reliable product for your sign and lighting projects. The second is LumaLink, which has a power pin design that's made to be cut and done anywhere in the field or in your shop. This is for small channel letters or any large projects. Check them out at Wensco.com. This episode is brought to you by Arlon Graphics, trusted for innovative high-performance cast vinyls. Check out their newest product, DPF V9500, a non-PVC polyurethane wall film built to tackle ultra-textured surfaces like a pro. More exciting new products to come soon from Arlon. Check them all out at Wensco.com.
The sales calls I just made, the people had Vanguards, and they are not happy. They're happy with their machines. Don't get me wrong. They're both happy with their machines. They're not happy with how they have to get ink.
Yeah.
And then how that they're always out. They're always back ordered. And they're like, can we just go back to you guys? I'm like, I can't buy it. Yeah. I can get third party if you want to put third party in there. But yeah, this one guy said, I sent them a spreadsheet. This is how much I use. And he said the next 4 times it was still out.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as it gets out of warranty, we'll be more than happy to come in with third party ink.
Yeah. Well, I said put third party ink when it's in warranty. Just when they show up to look at it, they're not going to test the ink in the reservoir. just buy some right before and just put them out there.
Yeah. The other thing we did say in that episode is that service would suffer. So, I was 50-50 on that episode. So we at least got part of it right. I did say, we talked about that we thought what's going to happen with these kind of decisions, which is, Vanguard and Principal are the 2 main ones that we're talking about here, is it's going to turn into them as in national distributors versus us as in regional distributors. And that only feels like it's been more true having talked to, like I said, we've had 5 competitors on the podcast, and that's what it's felt like, is like all of us only feel like we're competing with one person, which has been interesting to see. But even then, even on the podcast, you could tell, if you went back and counted up how many times we referenced them, if you did it for the first 40 episodes, they probably came up all the time. If you did it in the last 40 episodes, I don't think we've talked about them at all, except for this one, right? And usually just to make fun of them.
The funny part about this thing is Glance is big too. And they compete with us everywhere.
Yeah.
But even when I walked into those shops, one guy said, I use Glance. I said, are you happy with them? Yeah. I'm like, well, what else could you buy from them? I became a Glance rep in the blink of an eye. I don't know if they're already doing a good job and it's them. I'm not going to come in. I'd match a price, but I'm definitely not going to beat a price. And what else could you get from them? No, they sell, because this person only thought they sold electrical. I'm like, no, they have digital. They actually have it. I became a Glance sales rep in just a flip of a hat.
Well, it's literally what we've been doing with all locations, right? We run to someone in Texas. It's like, oh, well, do you guys deal with Reese? No? Okay, cool. Are you in Florida? Oh, do you guys deal with economy? Okay.
Call them.
We've given our competition
and we've talked about the story before of someone saying, oh, what can you do for me? And me being like, nothing. I'm not going to help you. What do you want me to do?
How many times have you been at the show, Mike? It's probably you, or maybe you, Tyler. You've been at the show. You got a customer that's, hey, meeting you. I'm from Florida, blah, blah, blah. You walk them right to Economy's booth.
Yep. Go meet this guy.
Go meet Nelson. Go meet these
we've done it with Montroy too. Hey, I got this big order of Signacades. It's coming. It's there. It's in right by your branch. You take this order.
Yeah.
And sometimes we've already taken the first order, and then you go, this doesn't seem like a good idea for either of us, right?
It's not sustainable. That's what we want someone that is sustainable.
Yeah. The perfect example of this is one of our customers got a big opportunity down in Florida. And so they call me, they're like, hey, I have this big opportunity. The first order is big, but then after that, it's just lots of okay, I'm going to need a roll. I'm going to need a roll. I'm going to need a roll. And I was like, okay, is it Is it like we're going to need it next week, or is it like we're going to need it today or tomorrow? He's like, they're always going to be in a hurry. And I was like, then it's not for me. It's like, I'm not going to be able to get you a roll today. And I was like, where are they located? Right. They're an hour and a half outside of Orlando. It's like, well, I got a guy for you.
I got a guy.
Let me make sure that he's like, he has that first stock that you need available, and then he'll be your guy. Right. So I just call, hey, can you guys get this? He's like, yep, we deliver there. Whatever it was, like 3 times a week, and we have it in stock. I'm like, perfect. Call him back. Here's the guy you need to talk to. He'll be able to get it taken care of. And that's like a big order. It's like, it's just, all that's going to happen is maybe I'll get the first order, and then they're just going to end up pissed off at me 6 times in a row when I have to take 3 days to ship them the roll the next 2 times. So,
and make sure that they ship it to you. Don't go pick it up, because then you're going to have to drink some coffee, and you're there till.
Yeah, you're going to have to do 7 shots of espresso when you're there.
You know what?
It's a rough life.
There were some good days when down there. Every single person drink that coffee, but Nelson didn't tell me he has this little dinky thing he pours into. Now I was drinking the whole thing, like the big one.
Oh, that was probably on purpose. So.
He set me up. I was wired though.
So anyways, those are all the claims that we've made from episode 1 to episode 60, as far as I can tell. We did say a lot about what Wensco is, and none of that's changed. So I go back to, I think, episode 9, 10. I think it was 10 when Judy came on. If you listen to episode 10 and then you listen to the one where she was on, whatever it was, 20 episodes ago, it's the same. Nothing on our end has changed in terms of what our goals are, what we're trying to do, and who our priority is. I think in one of the early episodes, you're like, we really specialize in small to medium shops. And then in the episode with Judy, she's like, yeah, we're pretty good at small to medium shops. Like, nothing's changed. We're getting,
so we're starting to grab these. We're starting to grab a lot of these big ones now too, because they're tired of the nonsense. So, but yeah, when vendors ask, what are you guys doing different? How are you guys growing so much? What are you doing different? We're doing the exact same thing we've done since the beginning of time.
Yeah, for 90 years.
Like, you order today, it's on the shelf, you get it tomorrow. Like, it's called distribution.
Yeah.
We just do distribution, and we do it kind of right. I mean, listen, we're not perfect at all. I mean, maybe me, but I don't know about the rest of the crew.
Well,
the thing I think is funny, right, is, so you think about, like, one of the big complaints with one of our competitors lately was that you would call in and nobody would answer the phone, right? They didn't have enough people to answer the phones.
Well, after 5 o'clock.
And the only complaint we get is we give them bad advice over the phone. But it turns out that is still better than not answering the phone. So when we say we're not perfect, like, we're still there's so many products, right? We're still going to struggle to give you those recommendations properly. But if you call, you will get to talk to somebody here on the phone. If you send us an email, you will hear from somebody. Well, if you want a sales rep to come out, they will show up. Some of them faster than others, to be fair. But if you requested one, you'll end up seeing one for sure. And in your shop.
Most of the people in our area are seeing them. I mean, that's why I'm 100%. Going out, is making sure that we are actual outside sales reps. We're not just sitting on the phone calling like a lot of our competitors. Like, we're going to be at your door, look at what you sell, see if there's anything better. And a lot of times, maybe it's not better. You already know what you're doing. But talking about customer service, we call the customer, good customer, and said, yep, everything's all set. We're transferring it. You'll have it on Monday. Guess what happened? That same person that told them we'd have it on Monday never put the transfer in. So they did the right thing calling them. Yeah, you're going to get it. Everything's good. Yeah. And then, but that happened.
There's 2 sides. There's the computer side and the communication side. Yeah. Sometimes we only do one or the other.
What we do is we look for any available person to drive a car, whether that's Jess at my house or whoever. You gotta go tomorrow. You have to go to Detroit tomorrow.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, we'll go to Detroit. And then turns out Tech was going. So, hey, load your car up. His seat's all the way forward, but he's kind of short anyway. So
just duck.
Seats all the way forward.
Yeah, but I think how many times have I come to you and say, hey, you need somebody to drive a truck?
Yeah, you have. Yeah,
van or something. We got to do it. I mean, it's got to get done. Yeah, I don't care who does it.
Yeah, we have conversations in that hallway like,
done.
Okay, this has to go here, this has to go here, this has to go here, this has to go here. There's only 3 people. We have 4 things we have to do. And a lot of people are like, hey, we can figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
And we've been limited on vehicles, so we added another vehicle.
Got that figured out. That thing looks awesome.
The easiest thing to do is okay, you don't have enough vehicles to run something special. Buy another vehicle.
Yeah.
That amount of money you're spending on that vehicle's not worth missing those chances.
I haven't seen the truck. Where is it?
It's here today.
Oh, is it?
The Expedition?
Oh, finally? Finally, it's made it out?
Yeah, it's been on a curing mission for the last 2 weeks. We didn't want it to fall apart.
It made it to a couple locations in back.
Good.
But
It hasn't even fallen off yet.
So, I mean, the backs, listen, it wasn't professionally done.
They must spend the parts Jason did.
Yeah.
It must be what you're talking about.
Well, he did that because he did it pretty quick.
I already told Jason. I said, if anything comes off the van, the first thing I'm saying, yeah, that was Jason did that part. Yep. Yeah, that wasn't me. So
Well,
if the whole thing falls apart, I was only the helper.
We let it bake in the garage. For a week or so.
Just, when you guys do these type of projects, just make sure that you hook up every single light, every single...
Yeah, I have no headlights, missing a tail light.
Hold on. Somebody, I won't mention any names, okay?
Jason.
There was only 3 of us, and Vic didn't do any of the electrical part, and I also didn't do any of it. So whoever else was available may have put the taillight back in without plugging it in. So we went to back it out, and Ryan says, hey, your taillight's out. And I went, I know exactly what happened here. And we pull the taillight out. Sure enough, the whole taillight comes out. No cords, nothing.
You want to know what's funny? When the very first time, because you already parked it in the garage, I turned it on. I hit the 4 ways, made sure all the lights were blinking, turn the brights on, turn the thing on, because I know you guys. I'm like,
smart call. Yeah.
Someone's going to half-ass it. I knew it already.
Yeah, and to make that even better is we went to pull it outside and the battery was dead. Apparently we'd opened the door too many times. So
yeah, I had to hook up my car and scratch my car.
Well, you got to know how to drive.
Yeah, I know. It's tight quarters there.
So anyways, I thought it'd be cool to do a 2.5-year recap, see all the things we said, all the things we were right about, some of the things we were wrong about.
Can we say that original quote again so people know what the podcast is for?
All right, so I just wanted to appreciate you guys. I want to say thank you for putting up with us and listening to the Slightly Serious Sign podcast. Hopefully you stupid people got a little smarter, and the smarter people learned what the stupid people do. So
that was my closing remarks.
Yeah, for episode 1. Yeah, that was the 34th minute of a 35-minute episode 1.
Oh, Lord.
And to be fair, I think I would maybe use nicer words when I explained it to people, but that is the goal, right? That you learn something. And if you didn't learn something, you learned what other people were doing wrong. So, and
there was a comment made just yesterday, actually, because I did something. I'm like, man, I'm stupid. And the comment next to me, well, you're smarter than me and I'm not stupid, was the comment. I'm like, oh, thanks. Makes me feel a lot better.
Depends on the truth of that
depends
statement.
on the truth of that, yeah.
Well, isn't that the joke that I said in the beginning that we didn't hear? My buddy his wife said, you got to embrace your mistakes. So he went up to her and hugged her.
Speaking of that, when we started this podcast, I was still married to your mom.
I know the video, all the pictures of
maybe it's the podcast caused the divorce.
I don't accept that one.
It's either the podcast or you.
I was going to say, usually it's Tyler.
I don't accept either of those as fact. Thank you guys for listening to the episode. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Hopefully enjoyed. I have no clue how long we've been recording.
We're good.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, that was a pretty good episode. Pretty concise.
I got some text I got to get back to. Nova's texted me, want to know what's for lunch.
I had a 10 o'clock meeting, so if anyone knows, we started this at 10, so I apparently didn't make the meeting, allegedly.
Yeah, a 10 o'clock meeting.
Yeah, so.
I got one at noon.
You scheduled the podcast for 10.
The podcast actually scheduled for 11. You guys just tricked me this morning and said 10.
No, it was scheduled for 10.
It says 10.
You sent it for 10, dude.
Or did you switch it to 11?
Maybe your meeting's at 11.
He's on Central Time.
So unless that is it.
Okay, dude.
Oh, you're on. Yeah,
podcast. Oh. What the?
I'm so glad that
Did
happened.
it change?
Mine changed too. So my other meeting's not till 1. I can.
So anyways,
I was on
I
Central
did set
Time
it for 11.
I
And
was on
you
Central
guys
Time.
tricked me into thinking it was 10.
Well, let's do it
which
all over.
In my head, I did have a 10 o'clock meeting.
Listen,
it just
let's
wasn't
vote.
this
What time
one.
was it? 10?
10.
I said 10.
Oh, 3-1 vote.
But
I mean, that's fine.
now it's 11.
That's fine.
Said to me yesterday, 10 o'clock.
That's because you told me yesterday 10, and I went, oh, yeah, that sounds good. But I did have a 10 o'clock meeting. Just one I didn't attend today. So
Shows how
thank you guys.
stupid we
saved-
are.
Yeah, we saved you some time.
Yeah, you did.
I got to get to lunch.
So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. So,
All right. See ya.
Yeah.